opportunity to speak to you all. Good. I'd like to thank Elaine and the Dale County Republicans for having me. Just to give you a little more about my background, I relocated to the Rogers area about 7 years ago. Prior to that, I lived in Atlanta where I pursued my higher education. And as a result, I earned my BS in psychology from Georgia State University. And I received both my master's and PhD from Clark Atlanta, where I also acquired a huge student loan debt. I taught global policy issues at UAB, and I'm currently working as a substance abuse counselor in the Dothan area. I was born and reared in Birmingham, Alabama, into a large, loving family. Even though poor, we had a rich upbringing. I was one of 7 kids with 2 parents in the household and supportive neighbors who were all very close. My parents were proud Democrats and proud to be a part of the political process. I have vivid memories of my mother during election time. I would sit and listen and watch how my mother would beam with pride, and she would call her family and friends, and they would talk about when and where they voted and why. Early on, I knew voting was something special, something my community fought for, something that should not be taken lightly. My interest in politics and the legislation process was intensified by my father, who stayed current in politics and legislation by reading the Birmingham News. My childhood memories are filled with extended family members and friends who would drop by our home unannounced and would engage in vibrant discussions of social issues, local and national, and even international affairs. These discussions captivated my young and impressionable mind. It was those discussions that gave me my strong sense of right and wrong and instilled in me an intolerance of this social injustice early in life. I learned from my father that his and my mother's practice of voting a straight Democratic ticket was shaped by the signing of the Civil Rights Bill signed by LBJ. And they would vote a straight Democratic ticket until the end of their lives. Like many of us, naturally, I took my political cues from my parents. I hope to share with you all a perspective from a woman